This is Dave from Cork doing a brief review on the cb650f. It came out it was available about April this year, and it's a 650cc inline 4. It's supposed to put out about 87 brake horsepower, but that's probably the engine, not the rear wheel. It's not a replacement for the Honda Hornet, although all the magazines seem to be treating it as one, and they're comparing it with the Hornet, which is probably the wrong approach. And they all seem to be copying each other with the reviews. I'll go through the things that I don't like about the bike first, because there's not really that many of them. The main thing, I suppose, is really there's no provision for a centre stand. You can't use a normal paddock stand because the swing arm is curved. And I tried modifying a paddock stand to suit it, but it wasn't really very successful. So I bought the ABBA stand, which is brilliant for the job. Easy to put up on your own, and if you use a small jack underneath the sump, you can lift two wheels off the ground at the same time. It's right handy if you change a set of tyres or whatever, I put a couple of bits and pieces on it, like I put the rack, the jivvy rack for the top box, because I cart a load of stuff around from place to place, like if I'm working somewhere. I put on the handguards. I had the Ace ones on first, but I took them off and I put on these pair of, I think they're Bike It Venom, that I bought for a little trail bike of mine, and they seem to do a better job. They're a lot stronger. The fitting's much more elaborate. If it fell over on these, I should imagine that the levers and all that would be protected. Screen, I put on the Air Max screen. You get it in two heights. I think it's 28 and 38 centimeters. I put a bigger one on because it gives you a little bit more protection from the weather. What else is there? Oh yeah, I put a fender extender because it was throwing all the muck and all that on those beautiful exhausts, and all up into the radiator as well. I think you really need that on here. They're fitted with they come as standard with a hugger. It's not the best of huggers. This is quite short, but it seems to keep all the muck off the rear shock, so I'll leave it as it is for now. See how it goes. What else? Oh yeah, the exhaust. I like the exhaust. It looks pretty neat, and the front pipes look brilliant. But I don't know whether you know, but it comes in one piece. So if you want to stick on a aftermarket can, you can't do it. It has to be the complete system. Which at the moment I don't think there's anything available for it, and there might be. I think Two Brothers might do one for it, but they're pretty pricey. It's a bit quiet as it is now, so at some stage when they start to produce a bit more aftermarket stuff, I'll probably change the can. Now, I had two Hornets. I've had two Hornets. I had the 600, which was a 2001, which is a beautiful little bike. She's a great little thing. Did loads of miles on it, and I really didn't want to get rid of it, but she'd done so many miles, it was either that or totally rebuild, etc, etc, etc. So I sold it, and I bought a 08 Hornet 600. Beautiful little bike again, but she had the RR engine in, which is a lot revier. You have to keep it in the top half of the rev band most of the time to get anything out of it, which is not probably ideal for if you spend a lot of time in traffic, etc, which I do at times. So I kept that for I don't know, a couple of years or so, and then I bought a cb650f when they came out, and it's a great little bike, but it's for me it was a bit small. I was a bit uncomfortable on it, and if I did any long trips it would be you know, it would be a bit of an effort. So what I did was, when they brought the NC750 out, I traded the CB in for the NC, and that was a great bike as well. But the trouble, I like the storage and all that on it, but the problem that I had with it was the hitting the limiter, the rev limiter. And what used to happen to me was I used to be sort of overtaking something, and halfway round it she used to cut in the limiter. It scared the life out of me. So so when they brought this one out, I thought, well, we'll see, give that one a go and see what happens. And to be quite honest, I've been well pleased with this one. She's a great little bike. She's a bit pricey compared to the MT and a few other little bikes that are available now. But I tried the MTs and I tried the a couple of other bikes, and this I thought this one was brilliant. She looks like a Hornet, I'll give you that. She feels a bit like a Hornet when you're sitting on her, but the engine and the ride, totally different. The other thing on this bike is you've got right way up forks at the front, and they're not adjustable at all. And the rear shock, she is you just got preload adjustment on it. But it's just they seem to do a pretty good job as they are, you know, standard. I just pushed up the preload a little bit for me because I'm not that heavy, about 75 kilos, and one notch up from standard seems to do the job. Well, that's about it. Yep, she's got a 180 rear wheel. The tyres, they're Dunlop Sport Max, but I'm told that they're the single compound. They're not the so they're a bit cheaper tyres than the dual compound Sport Max. I'm not a great lover of Dunlop tyres. I've always had Bridgestone or Michelin, and when these go, I shall put on a set of Pilot Road 4s or something like that, 3s, but which is probably a brilliant tyre for this bike. So that's about it. I can't think of anything else that that I should say about it. The screen's an Air Max, which is a great little screen. Fits in with the bike. Doesn't make it look too less of a Street Fighter, but it does keep a lot of the weather off, and you can whip that off in half an hour. So when the summer comes or the weather turns, it'll be off. Well, that's about it. Thanks very much for watching.